my privilege entirely to invite our chief guest, Shri Anupam Kher ji, to grace the dais. Shrimati Usha Rani Manne, Chairperson Flow Hyderabad, will escort you. 3 books, politics, and an acting school to his credit, versatility is the middle name of our illustrious chief guest, Shri Anupam Kher. Here's a short video that traces the high points of his 25+ years of scintillating career. Forward to Usha and Apurva decoding your success mantra for us and what makes you believe in the power of positivity.
You were all of 28 years when you played a grieving 65-year-old on screen. That too in your debut in Indian cinema. By any standard, it was really a tough and brave choice. Tell us about your thoughts when Mahesh Bhatt approached you for the role.
First of all, very happy to be here. It's a wonderful feeling to be seeing all that you people have been doing for this whole year. To answer your question is that I was a National School of Drama graduate. I was a gold medalist. I was never good at studies. I never got more than 38% marks in my life. But as an actor, I discovered that acting can be learnt. So I went to the drama schools and came to Mumbai on the June 3rd, 1981. This is a very dignified, sophisticated, bald look. I wanted to add sexy, then I thought maybe I should not be saying this is a very formal gathering. The gentleman who has been kept here for my emotional support totally agrees with me. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, so I mean, she has a position of power over there. But thank you for coming, sir. I can see that Madam does believe that bald is beautiful. So this you will identify, and a lot of other people. This is a very, very. This is called shaved look, not bald look. But in early 80s, when you came to Mumbai to become an actor and to have no hair, was that you were not supposed to be an actor, because hair was much more important than talent. Hair was much more important than me being a gold medalist from drama school. And I was very thin. I was so thin that I could see through a keyhole with both my eyes. So there was no way that anybody took me seriously that I want to be an actor. They said, why don't you become a assistant director? Why don't you become a writer? And then after 1 or 2 years, it became very difficult to survive. I had to sleep on the railway platforms. I had to do all kinds of odd jobs. But there was no work coming up. And in this, Mahesh Bhatt had made a film called Arth with Smita Patil, Shabana Azmi and Kulbhushan Kharbanda. It was brilliant, amazing film. So I went and met him, and he casually just told me, "Oh yeah, I've heard about you. You are a good actor. I've heard." So I told him, out of frustration, I said, "You heard wrong. I'm not good. I'm brilliant." In this situation, I met Mahesh Bhatt. I was desperate, and my baldness helped. I was 27 when I met him, 26, no, 27, and he said there is this particular role, and when I heard the role, I was blown away by the... In theatre, as a trained actor, you don't really think that you have to play an old man or you have to play this. For me, the role was much important than any image. I had not gone there to make an image out of me. I had gone there to become an actor. And Saransh's B.V. Pradhan was a role which I knew that will make me survive for 36 years. And that's exactly what has happened. I'm still sitting here, and still your first question is about Saransh. So that means it's important to make choices which are closer to your heart rather than go for popular choices. Means if I had done 5 films as a hero type of a thing, which is a typical hero, though I feel that Saransh was a hero of the film, that character, I would have not survived. But that established me as an actor.
My next question is, you have done more than 500 movies across Indian, American and British film industries, and a lot of TV too. Can you tell us how the experience differs across continents and of course cultural sensibilities?
There are 2-3 answers to this question, I think. As an actor, I don't think there is... acting is about emoting. And emotion is about 9 rasas that we know. In fact, all of us go through those 9 feelings. We go through sadness, happiness, laughter, hatred, disgust. All of us go through in our real lives. But the difference between an actor and people who are not actors is that our command center, which is our mind over here, tells us to behave in a certain manner, and the emotions are real. Means I'm sure when all of you cry, it's very believable. When for genuine reasons when you cry, and when you cry for some other reason, that's a separate issue. But you laugh, and nobody says that you're faking it up. When you get angry, you get angry. So what is it that makes an actor different? The problem is that an actor knows the emotion before he has to portray it. And then he has to make... So that craft is all over the world the same. I believe that Indians are larger than life. That's why our cinema is larger than life. A lot of people in the West tell me, "Oh, Indian acting is very exaggerated. Indian acting is about dance and singing around the trees." I personally feel that our young generation actors or any actors may be able to do what Brad Pitt or Tom Cruise does. But can you imagine a Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise doing "Tujhe dekha to ye jana sanam"? They can't do it because their mind will come in between. We believe in life. We will go and dance at any given pretext. We laugh loudly. We hug, not in today's circumstances, but we are larger than life. So that is where the difference comes in between Indian cinema and work abroad. But I think being a trained actor has always helped me doing all kinds of roles. And also I'm an actor when he's not ready to, or a person for that matter, when he or she is ready to make a fool of himself or herself, then there is only joy. It's our fear which stops us being ourselves. It's our fear of wanting somebody making fun of us. It's our fear of to be always perfect. It's our fear of always being right. When you don't want to be right, when you want to be sort of just live life, then there is no fear. So I run an acting school. My first sentence to them is that you should be ready to make a complete fool of yourself. It's your censored, when I say censored, emotions which makes you behave in a certain manner, which wants you to be, according to me, persona is that you are comfortable in who you are. That's what personality is all about. But people want to be somebody else all their lives. And that is the most difficult part. Because neither you are that person, nor you are yourself. I'm happy to be myself. My grandfather was once eating food when I was very young. I think I was 10 years old, and my mother was serving him food. So he was making this sound while eating. So my mother said, "क्या बाबूजी आप ये खाना खाते समय कितनी आवाज़ कर रहे हो?" My grandfather's answer was, "बेटा मुझे तो मज़ा आ रहा है, प्रॉब्लम तेरी है." So I think I am myself either in India or abroad, but when I work abroad, in my mind I think that I'm representing my country. Actors don't get to represent their country officially. Sports people do that. So when they don't have a flag, but they don't have a flag in their hand, but whenever I am working abroad, I have a flag, Indian flag in my heart. And before every shot I say, I have to be the best, because they are saying this Indian actor is working in this film. So I give my best. That makes me feel better.
I say, from sleeping on a railway platform to dining with the Hollywood elite, you have done it all. And as we are witnessed, done it all with rare grace. I must say congratulations for a life so well lived. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And
I have not done it all. It's just the beginning. Yeah, I always, one of my reasons of going to work in New York for 2 years was, I've come back now. I'm not working there anymore, in the sense that I was supposed to be there for 4 years, but after pandemic, when I went, I thought New York was not the same New York that I stayed there for 2 years. One of the reasons that I went there and wanted to be doing in an English series, work in an English series, because I think in Hindi. So I thought, and over here they had started calling me thespian, legend, veteran, which are very frightening words if you think that they are basically wanting to give you Lifetime Achievement Award, and then finally you will walk into the sun. So I said, let me just get out of this place. I want to be always a newcomer, and that's how I went to New York to do New Amsterdam. And so it's not all done as yet. In fact, I should stop showing this small 1-minute reel that I show you. I should start The Beginner. That's it.
You're a celebrated author today with 3 books to your credit, of which 2 were written within a span of less than a year. Between being a film actor, a theatre artist, a producer, supportive husband to an MP, tell us a little about your time management mantra.
My grandfather used to say that busy man has time for everything. When you want to do something, you can find time. It's only when you don't want to do something that you start thinking that you don't have time. आपने अपने लेक्चर में कितनी सारी बातें 1 साल में की हैं. आप अभी जो आने वाले होंगे चेयरपर्सन, वो कितनी सारी चीज़ें करेंगे. पिंकी बता रही थी मुझे, while somebody was talking, she was telling me how much work she did, or how much work you people do it because you want to do it. Your mothers, your grandmothers, sometimes your wives, your sisters, and yet you take out time because you want to do it. So I can find time to do anything because I want to do it. So I don't really think that it's a time management. It's a wish, it's a wanting, it's a desire. I love life. It's beautiful to be alive. It's beautiful to be doing things. It's beautiful to meet people. I'm people's person. And so I'm not doing a favor to anybody. I still feel that I still can do so many things in a day. And I think that's because I have never used 2 words consciously in the last 31 years. I've never used the word bore, and I've never used the word mood. I'm not in a mood, or I'm bored. I decided many years back, what is boredom and what is mood? How can I be bored in my own company? I'm the most happening person that has happened to myself. So I'm always in a good mood. I'm never bored. I think boredom and mood gives you a false sense of importance. So does anger. I am angry. I am bored. What is this happening over here? I am not in a mood. I think life is so beautiful that you can do anything, anytime, and still feel rejuvenated. Work rejuvenates me. I have never taken an off in my life, in my working life. Because when you enjoy something, you don't need an off. I love acting. I love meeting people. And God gave me this 1 year to all of us. I wrote this book, the third book that I wrote, Your Best Days Today, immediately after my second book was written, because I felt that this is the time to maybe convey to what is the positivity during this pandemic. I had never taken a pause. This has given a pause to everybody. So I find a time for everything.
On a more personal note, sir, your wife Kiranji is also a film and a theatre artist and a celebrity judge. Do you both share the same artistic sensibilities? If not, how do you find the middle ground?
No, she is much more sensible than I am. She is much more artistic than I am. She has much more refined taste than I have. Once you accept it, life is easier. So, in my case, this is the truth. And in every bald man's life, it is a truth. I have accepted the fact. If I ask your husband, he will say the same thing. This is a group which will not let a husband say anything that he wants to say. No, but otherwise also, jokes apart, I think she is MA first class first. I am BA third class. She has long hair, I have no hair. She can speak English fluently. She can actually say schedule. I say schedule. And also, I think it's easier to sort of acknowledge the brilliance of the other person. I'm in certain things I'm better than her. Maybe I'm patient, but always before marrying her also I was patient. And she has a great sense of humor. I have a great sense of humor, hopefully at home. And we are very real with each other. I think the most important thing is that we don't have a role play relationship with each other. We don't pretend. We can disagree with each other. Our thought process sometimes are very different, but there is a mutual respect. So I think that happens when you become partners rather than just husband and wives. When you become friends than just husband and wife. My parents were married for 59 years before my father passed away 8 years back. So when you live for such a long time, you don't only lose your husband, you lose a habit. So I think that is the most important factor that you have to have. It's not that in the last 36 years that we have been married, it has been a very smooth sailing. We have had our ups and downs, major disagreements, major fights, but it always comes back to the mutual respect for the other person has for the other person. That's important. I think you have to treat the husband or a wife as a friend also. Because we have friends for 50 years, 60 years. My best friend was a cashier in a bank. He is still my best friend because we never judged each other. We accepted each other. So the problem comes in a marriage, I think, I'm not a marriage counselor, but the problem comes when you are judging the other person. You see, the most amazing time that a couple has is when you are quoting each other. Because you are imagining good things about the other person, and then you start, the day you get married, you start looking for, in your mind, oh, I have to live with this person. And then you start looking for faults rather than good points. Every time I have had an argument with Kiran, when I go back to my own self, then I say to myself, no, but she is so good in this, and she was right. And we don't, हमारे यहाँ ऐसा नहीं होता कि मेरी बुरी पिक्चर देखने के बाद या मेरा बहुत बुरा रोल देखने के बाद किरण कहती है, wow, that was great. She says, horrible, this was rubbish, what were you doing? And I will rather have her like that than sort of giving me this false feeling. So the whole family is like that. My parents are like that. My mother is like that. I make these videos with my mother that she's very real. So Kiran is very real. And that's why I think we've survived for these many years.
In your latest book, Your Best Day is Today, you have penned down your thoughts about the pandemic with the idea of helping those who feel bogged down by the crisis. Can you tell us what your thoughts and experiences were over this past 1 year?
My first experience, my first thought and my first emotion was fear, like everybody else's. The moment we got to know, I had never heard the word pandemic. As I said that I'm from a Hindi medium school. मैंने epidemic तो सुना था, but pandemic नहीं सुना था. मैंने lockdown भी नहीं सुना था. दो lockdown का मतलब मुझे roughly पता था. But so I was in New York when this whole thing started happening, that this lockdown has started, pandemic has started, people are dying in China or in Europe and things like that. And I remember that when I was taking a flight from Newark airport to Mumbai, it was an Air India flight on the 20th of March 2020, and everybody was wearing masks, and people usually, in an Air India flight, it's a flight full of Indians, you usually encounter people who take your pictures. And but people were not coming forward, not because my face was covered or their face was covered. They were just worried about themselves. And the 16-hour flight was a long flight. I don't know whether serving food or not, but they had stopped serving food. They had stopped giving you bedding, etc. Even whether you are in first class or a business class or an economy class. And when I reached Mumbai, in my mind was thinking through the flight that हिंदुस्तान में ऐसा नहीं होता है, हम तो किसी चीज़ को seriously नहीं लेते हैं. This is the European factor or an American factor or something like that. But we will deal with it, because in my entire life we've gone through I was a child when the 65, 62 war or 71 war was there, or the lots of riots that took place. But when I reached Mumbai, I was horrified that the airport for the first time was so deserted. And then I came to the streets, and it looked like a Will Smith film, I Am Legend, where nobody is there. Then the fear became real. And usually my friend who stays, his next door friend, Anil Kapoor, he usually comes out when I'm coming from abroad and gives me a hug. He sent me a message, Sochna bhi mat. And my own son said, Dad, don't mind if I don't give you a hug, I'll just open the door and give you an elbow bump. So then I said, now I'm an eternal optimist. I am a born optimist. That's why this power of positivity, I was born positive. For me, the ultimate definition of optimism is nothing is all wrong. Even a clock that has stopped running is correct twice a day. So I said, how do I find positivity in these dark clouds? How do I see silver linings? And I have lived in Mumbai for 39 years. First time in Mumbai I heard birds chirping. We had no time, or there was no sound, was always getting drowned. I almost saw that the sky was a little blue. I said, this is the positive signs. And then I said, I must write down my thoughts and how to find positivity in these dark times. My mother was the first one to get the COVID. My brother, my sister-in-law, people were dying. We lost very dear friends, Rishi Kapoor, Irfan Khan. My yoga teacher's husband died, and death became more of a statistics rather than an emotion of sense of loss. How do I feel better? As an actor, when I have to do a difficult scene, I always write it down. Somehow there's a connection. You write speeches, means it makes you focus and it gives you a sense of clarity. So the book that I wrote became my memoirs of this 1 year. And because it was a simply written book and that everybody can identify with what I have written, it's doing well. But we are far away from the situation of relief. We have to be careful because again the cases are going up. But then vaccine is coming, and at the end of it, the world has survived for millions of years, and we will survive this. I believe in the 4-letter word of hope. My life is the sum total of the word hope. We do things you are hopeful about doing things. She is hopeful about doing things. People over here are hopeful. We leave home in the thought process that something nice will happen. So I believe hope really sustains life. Thank you for asking this question. Of course, I was horrified. Actors के तो थोड़ा सा पिंपल भी हो जाता है तो वो 3 दिन की शूटिंग कैंसिल कर देते हैं.
I'm the mother of an actor, sir.
Both men and women. No, because we have to perform it, we have to show, and the whole world sees it. That's why. Otherwise, anybody, any growing girl or a man or a woman, anything that has an ailment has a problem. So one day I woke up with my face twisted, and in fact, previous night I was eating at Anil's house only, and his wife Sunita said, "Anupam, you're not blinking from one eye." And I said, something must have happened. The next time when I was brushing my teeth, I saw water coming out of my mouth automatically, and then I went to Yash Chopra ji's house, and he said, go to this very famous doctor, Dr. Singhal in Bombay Hospital, and show it to him. He's a famous neurologist. So I went to him. Dr. Singhal said that you must cut down on your shooting completely, take 2 months off, because you have, now there are different words come out for them, Bell's palsy and things like that, but actually it's facial paralysis. And I was to start the shooting of a very important sequence of Hum Aapke Hain Kaun that particular day, and it was a 20-day schedule. The whole set was erected, the whole cast was there, and so I said, what do you mean I'll have to go? He said, yeah, 2 months, no work, start these life-saving drugs, this therapy, physiotherapy, etc. When I sat in the car and I was thinking that if I listen to the doctor, which is the right advice that he's giving me, and live according to his advice and go home, this is how I will deal with my life for the rest of my life. Anytime anything will happen, I will just shut everything down. So this is a choice you have to make of how to live life after this. I was petrified, horrified. I thought my career is over. My face is gone towards one side. It was not a normal thing to have happened. I was at that particular time, I was doing 23 other films I had signed, and they were all my career. So all those thoughts, what you're saying, were frighteningly frightening. But I decided that I will go to the shoot, and I will tell my director, producer, that I'm ready to shoot if you are ready to shoot. So first of all, they thought Salman and Madhuri, they all thought that this is the way I have worked out how I will do my scenes, that with my face twisted. But then when I told Suraj Barjatia that this is what has happened, and I can't, this can't become all right within one day. So he was very generous and kind. He said, Anupam ji, wait kar lete hain, aap koi baat nahi, khada rahega set. I said, no. So luckily he made that sequence into a man who is a little drunk. So if you see that scene today with that pillow pass karne wala sequence, there is not a single close-up of mine. They're all long shot, but you can still freeze and you will see my face twisted. Sometimes you have to encounter your fears headlong, because there is fear and there is the fear of fear. It is usually the fear of fear which makes you stop doing things. And that I apply to my rest of my life also, not necessarily about the physical part of it. I say what I think people are going to frighten me with. There are people, basically if they frighten you with what they think is your shortcomings. If you tell them what they are thinking and this is what my life is going about, then they have nothing to frighten you with. So I did my play based on, I've done it so many times in Hyderabad also, Kuch Bhi Ho Sakta, where I've told all the things which could have gone wrong in my life. So then the people have nothing to frighten. But that was a great courage to your own self. And life is all about this, how you find courage in situation like this. So many situations, the way so many people must have dealt with this pandemic is courageous, is amazing. How India has dealt with this whole situation, how world become according to me, we are the world guru in dealing with the crisis so brilliantly. It's not only the medical part of it, it's also the courage part of it. So life, whenever you are dealt with a situation where you think this is the end, you will discover this is not the end. There is a beautiful line, na? It says everything is okay in the end. If it is not okay, it is not the end. So that's it. There was this 23 young dude who came to interview me. You know how today's youth is. I have great respect for them because they are they may not be, they may be very irreverent, but they are very honest. So this guy has a very popular, I did not know that he had a very popular podcast. So he came and he sort of started talking to me. So I do not like this young generation try to make me feel I am not from their generation. So to counter that, you have to learn everything that they learn. You have to learn, you have to be tech savvy, you have to be gadget savvy, so I do everything. So I don't let my son tell me, let me tell you how to do it. So I try and sort of not do that. And I am very intuitive. And I told him, I said, you've just been ditched by your girlfriend 3 months back. He said, yes. I said, your bed is on the left hand side of your bedroom door. He said, yes. I said, your dominant color is light blue. He said, yes. He said, how do you know? I said, vibes. उस दिन मेरे सारे तुक्के ठीक लग गए, to be very honest. But yes, it is. I am very intuitive, I think. When you are interested in people, you become intuitive. I am interested in people. I don't mean to embarrass the lady who was yarning. I think it's, my idea is to give her a lifetime story. Also, she will tell her children will tell their children will tell their children. And in their family, I will be a folklore. So I think these are interesting things to make people understand that there is not to sort of, yawning is not only because I'm boring, yawning is also because lack of oxygen. So she was feeling lack of oxygen. she tried to suppress thrice. एक तो मास्क नीचे किया हुआ था मुझे ठीक से सुनने के लिए, though the mask was covering her mouth. So my idea is to tell me intuition comes when you are interested in people. To answer your second question, what motivates me is life. There is nothing more motivating than life itself. And not necessarily people who are known, unknown people. The man standing outside the darban and he's motivating to me. Every day his mood is not important to him. He has to say, hello sir, good evening sir, good morning sir, how are you sir, no sir, fine sir, thank you sir. कभी कभी उसका दिल करता होगा 4 थप्पड़ मारे, किस तरह के बदतमीज किस्म के लोग आए हैं, बोले गाड़ी पार्क कर दो. But his job is, that is so motivating for me. Yesterday I had a chocolate in my office. Some people send me chocolates, etc. And I have discovered that I have put on 2 kilos in the last 10 days. So I was very happy that you gave me this scroll because my shirt was opening and showing my tummy. So I said, thank God, isko main chupa ke rakhunga. So I was in the car. I had taken this chocolate box with me, and next to me in an auto rickshaw there was a family of 5 people, and they were all decked up, lower middle class family. Wife was dressed up, 2 children were there. So I opened the window of my car and I said to them, take this chocolate. Now in today's time, I did not realize. So the child immediately took it, and mother said, then she looked at me, she said, acha, aap ho, le lo, phir to theek hi hogi. So I think it's beautiful. Everything is, we don't notice people. The problem in our lives is that we talk at people rather than talk to people. So that is, everybody is so motivating, everybody is so brilliantly, has a story. Everybody who is sitting here has a biopic in their life. We don't tell our stories to people. आप कहाँ से आई हैं, आप कहाँ क्या क्या मुश्किलातों को आपने कवर किया होगा. ये सवाल पूछने से पहले 3 बार सोचा होगा कि मैं कर लूँ अपने सवाल को ठीक ठाक करके. So all these stories are very motivating. इसके 2-3 reasons, there are 2-3 reasons for this. One is that I don't take myself seriously. People who take themselves very seriously are very comical. To me, I think the joy of being yourself is so amazing. Means the naturalness can be much more liberating than wanting to be somebody. I don't have any issues about not being super intelligent. I don't have any issues about have the correct answers all the time. I do not have answers to anything. I am not competing with anybody, number one. Number two, when we were in that situation when I told you where my grandfather and brothers, Chacha, Taya, everybody used to live, one day I asked my grandfather, I said, Dadaji, we are very poor. Why are we so happy? We are very poor. And I have seen my whole family is happy. He gave a very brilliant answer. He said, Beta, when somebody is very poor, the cheapest luxury is happiness.
True.
So, if you are ready to make fun of yourself, then I think the world is, you look at the world funnily. Sense of humor starts from your own self. First, you need to make fun of yourself. And it's easy to make people laugh because people are ready to laugh. You don't have to sort of practice it. You need to, actors का क्या होता है या किसी भी जो भी कुछ बन जाते हैं, they start taking themselves seriously. And that is the end of the beginning of their end. I like to make people laugh. I like to laugh myself. I think it's such a wonderful thing to be able to laugh, to be able to talk about things. And that what I did and what I said to Pinky is a sense of survival.
As well.
It's a survival instinct. Husband का sense of humor wife पे depend करता है.
Okay, fair
मेरे को
enough.
अभी किसी ने WhatsApp मैसेज भेजा, उसने लिखा था कि वाइफ ने पूछा, जोर से बोला, हस्बैंड ने कहा भाई सुनती हो, तो वाइफ ने कहा क्या मतलब मैं बहरी हो गई हूँ क्या? So ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, मतलब ये हस्बैंड वाइफ के जोक्स इंटरेस्टिंग होते हैं, बट यू शुड अलाउ योर हस्बैंड टू हैव ए सेंस ऑफ ह्यूमर.
Great. So we
मायूस है वो सेंस ऑफ ह्यूमर नहीं है, या एक हंस रहा और दूसरी बेचारी मायूस है वो भी सेंस ऑफ ह्यूमर नहीं है. साथ में हंसना चाहिए जी. पर्सनली फील जी एक्टिंग सिखाई जा सकती है. बहुत सारे लोग जो कहते हैं कि एक्टिंग नहीं सिखाई जा सकती. आई एम एट सम टोटल ऑफ व्हाट आई हैव लर्नड फ्रॉम माय ड्रामा स्कूल और एवरी टाइम. एक्टिंग स्कूल से जो लोग आते हैं, दे हैव सर्वाइव फॉर मैनी ईयर्स. इफ आई हैव सर्वाइव फॉर मैनी ईयर्स, सो व्हेन आई वाज इनिशियली इनटू मूवीज, I used to see these wonderful young newcomers, और वो किसी स्कूल में नहीं गए थे, उनके माँ बाप के पास पैसे थे और उन्होंने उनके लिए फिल्म बना दी थी. एंड दे वर पेट्रिफाइड. वन ऑफ द फिल्म वर प्रोड्यूस्ड बाय Pinky's wonderful father, and I was working with this particular young actress. She was so beautiful, and she could not speak lines because she was nervous. I can understand the nervousness of a newcomer. And she was twitching out of nervousness. So that was one incident. Then other 1 or 2 times I was working in a film, and I used to see off camera these youngsters had amazing confidence. The moment camera started, they were getting nervous. So that's how I decided that let me open an acting school in Mumbai and impart training. Because we can really train actors. Means it's a craft which can be learnt, and I'm very proud to say that the acting school which we started with 8 students in a small room is today one of the best acting schools anywhere in the world. I can proudly say that. Anybody can learn. Anybody who lies can act, and anybody who can afford it can also join this school. We have an audition. We do the audition, we do the test, but we are very proud that there are so many people who have learned from there are doing very well. Yes, to me the most important thing is that if I am remembered many years later as a teacher rather than an actor, I'll feel that I've done a great job. To me, teaching is much more gratifying and satisfying than acting sometimes.
Sponsors, knowledge or skill partners and others. First of all, I would like to congratulate Usha and the whole team of mine for bringing out a wonderful year with meaningful and educative programs like speeches, workshops, initiatives, and other interactive programs. Life is not meant to be easy, it is meant to be lived. Sometimes happy, other times rough. But every up and down, you learn lessons that make you strong. Thank you, Mr. Anupam Kher. I thank all the sponsors, our gold sponsors, Poleman Group, branding sponsors, RBC, gifting partners, Pushpam Publications, all the past chairs, media, and all the supportive members of our chapter. Once again, I congratulate the team members for their wonderful coordination and support. We all proved that together we can. Thank you so much.